with late game security kind of draft, you might go
Harry.
for a Claude or
Claude. They love it as well on Myanmar.
Yeah.
But with the presence of the Joy and the Khalid, yeah, carry should be the choice.
I've been
Yeah,
waiting
okay,
for so
na-
long.
There it is.
I think I believe that was 7 out of 10.
Not bad.
This panel is
That
amazing.
Khalid threw us off.
yeah, it's the Khalid, the Kufra, and the Kadita, the 3Ks that we did not.
Singapore.
All
Singapore
case.
Yeah, okay.
Draft's
Okay.
weird.
You know.
But we
Uh,
did say that there could be a flexibility with their XP lane, right? So
Yep,
that is
that is
Khalid.
true. That is true. That is the factor of Diablo
Yep.
playing in this lineup. We've seen
Asterisk.
a lot of curveballs and a lot of these tournaments, especially during MPLIs. Actually, we've seen a lot of curveballs coming out from Diablo, and right now it is up against, I would say, a bad matchup. Khalid versus Arlot. I'm not sure how confident you are going to be able to run it up against the Arlot of Myanmar, but it is what it is. You know, this lineup from Singapore, it could work because there's a lot of aggression on their side. But for you, what do you think about the matchup between these two teams?
Pretty solid for
the draft.
Pretty solid for Myanmar. I think the only way for, well, not really the only way, but one of the bigger ways for Singapore to win this in the early stages, because that's the main focal point of their lineup. What if they actually rotate their mid lane to the XP lane sooner, so that they might get a kill? Maybe that could be the answer.
Okay, we'll see. Starting the aggression here in the early game. Again, this is the best of one match between Singapore and Myanmar, the second match of Group B. And you're seeing the flexibility already of RSG or Team Singapore. And Diablo's rocking a high and dry emblem, by the way.
That is interesting. One of the reasons why we didn't really see this Kufra is because this lineup from Myanmar is actually designed to punish heroes like the Kufra. Where you are tanky, you have a carry.
Diablo
And
though.
beautiful movements being done here by Singapore right now. That's some first blood.
Oh, well done. As we were talking about how the early game should be good for Singapore, and already they are starting with the kill onto Justin.
Wolf is predicting not just the draft, but early movements as well coming out from Singapore. That move onto mid was what allowed that to happen for Singapore. They get a first skill on the board here, but Myanmar is looking to sell the score as Lossie falling really, really low, and Ruby D will be able to get that kill on Diablo. Just watching his friend turn to ashes here, and Lossie would have responded
Yeah.
about a second, and Singapore is eyeing that turtle.
Bray's XP was just not quite there
Yeah.
for the vengeance play, so
Yeah.
nice try there from Singapore.
Yeah, it's going to be the turtle fight. I'm imagining what could happen. By the way, Ruby DD went for Unbending Will, so expect a lot of damage from Ruby DD, which we know that is his playstyle. A very aggressive, high octane kind of player. There it is, turtle fight.
And there it is, Ken securing that absolutely destructive appraiser's round.
Oh,
Push combo,
Naomi!
There we go. The X Factor plays coming in from Naomi. Once more, netting a kill and an objective for Myanmar.
Okay, I finally seen the screen equivalent of basketball in MLBB. That was a very good layover for the Kufra. He was on top. He was on top of the Joy.
For sure.
Oh my goodness. Ken, by the way, I'd like to credit this guy because that was a telegraph veteran play. But then again, you still get amazed when you see it.
Yeah.
Appraiser's Wrath into the Retribution.
Oh,
Quite easily there, Lolzy. Nice
Oh,
dodge
Appraiser's Wrath
onto
here.
the Iron Hook means that's going to be another kill for Singapore. So far, boys, this is blow by blow.
yeah, Myanmar. I was about to say, you know what? It's a brethren, but it's still amazing to see plays like that because it boils down to
no
God.
way!
Oh,
Oh, man!
Oh, Lossie! He went back!
Naomi!
He could have
He could have, yeah.
Could have lived. Well, I think you could argue that Lossie thought that he was for sure dead because Justin still had 3 charges on the for the dirt strike. But still, you know, chances were there.
That felt like I was watching a movie and I saw someone bending a bullet the way Naomi just executed that play.
Look at Naomi.
We were just talking about the fact that they should ban Franco, and already you get 2 massive hooks coming out from Naomi.
Don't get too excited though. We saw this last game. We saw
Oh,
this
that's
last
true.
game.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yes. We have learned our lessons.
We've seen a team pull off amazing Franco plays, but it has to translate into late game. And you know what's crazy? They are rocking the carry. So this is quite the same setup, although different lineup.
And the Farsa as well. And the
Farsa.
Fredrin.
Oh,
Fredrin.
no.
But on the flip side, all of them are on the same side.
Exactly. All the main players. All right. So
But they
so-
don't have Paramis on the opposite end.
Yeah.
though.
Don't
No
get,
Paramis.
yeah, just don't get your hopes up. Oh, nice dodge from Ken. Wow.
that's how you do it. You know, it's not always forward, right?
Yeah, it's
So,
always forward. You can always go backwards.
That's a pretty good movement. That secures Myanmar the space that they need to secure, or at least try to go for the secure
Oi.
on turtle. Everyone's going up here with the breath of the ocean. Beautiful movement in. Oh my god, Bray's actually quite low.
Oh my.
Ken still gets a double and
Goodness.
the turtle. Can they get more? And they will. That's 4 down for Singapore.
Oh my god, this Ken's guy's too good.
Yeah. And I wanna say that was very fundamentally good for Myanmar. Just I mean it looked really flashy, right? It looked really, really like high up there whatsoever, but the way that we read through the draft, this is exactly what the draft promises for Myanmar. You wanted to go for those kind of engagements. You make sure that Ken will outplay the opponent's jungler because of that Praises Wrath into the Retribution.
Yeah.
In that case, man, Naomi just played so well, and also Ruby Didi. We are gonna see it in action once again.
I wish there was a slow-mo. There were too many
was-
things to watch
Dude,
here.
that energy eruption from Ken saved.
Yes, 100%.
Oh my goodness, saved Naomi's life. And alongside that, after the pushback with the abrasive strat, he was able to secure turtle. And now they're just steamrolling over Singapore.
Yeah. Wonder what they will be, how they will be approaching this. Again, this is wow. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. So typically, as the Arlet, you go for tenacity, right? As Ken will be trying to go for kill onto Lolsi. Unlikely, unless he keeps on doing it.
Yeah, but he's charging up. He has abrasive strat.
Oh,
Try to cancel.
Oh, that's
Oh,
counterplay though.
Nice
And there
retribution
is going to
though.
be Ruby Didi close by. Final slash. Make sure that there is no follow-up from Singapore.
Oh wow.
There's damage from Ruby Didi, by the way. So you have to really be mindful of that if you're Team Singapore.
I want friends like this, this four-man defense around Zippy, just making sure that he's able to take out the turret on the bottom lane without any form of pressure. And Myanmar, again, is grouping up, capitalizing on their lead. Probably what we should have seen on the previous series, but Myanmar is now pulling out ahead. And in terms of execution, they are delivering, especially with Ken leading the charge on his brethren.
6 minutes in the game. Look at that. Zippy already almost done with the tier 2 turret on the bottom.
Yeah.
5.7k gold lead for Myanmar. However, this is still a carry versus a Beatrix.
They want to go for the kill to the Khalid. And they will be relying on their hook, but Zippy just taking advantage of one minion. Singapore already knows because it was a freshly taken turtle, which means that everybody else is around that vicinity. And Myanmar traded the turtle for a turret in the bottom, turtle and turret, in exchange for one bottom lane turret.
Yeah, no resource available here for Singapore. Myanmar has full control of the map. Ken will go back to his own jungle though, but Zippy, interestingly enough, he took the purple away from the Fredrin. So kind of a switch up to whoever is the priority right now, and Myanmar is feeling like the carry needs acceleration at the moment.
Okay, why do we feel this? I think that there was really literally just one factor from the previous game that allowed this draft from Myanmar to be now it's the better draft, right? And it was definitely just the fairness in the composition of the one we saw before. It was literally the same 4 heroes in exchange for an Arla that actually acts like a Yu Zhong anyways, but has more reliable ultimates because it's lower cooldown. So there weren't any kind of problems for Myanmar when it comes to activating their carry, because this time all of the heroes of Singapore
Speaking about the Arlot,
Oh,
there
man,
it is.
Lolzi.
Damage.
So much damage right now
Figure
coming
out.
in from Myanmar. Lolzi not going to be long for this world. Baby Cakes and Roy making a run for it now. There's barely anything that Singapore can do to stop the plays of Myanmar.
yeah, Myanmar not caring about the consistency and stability of Singapore's roster. They're showing why they're a strong team, this dynamic duo between Justin and Naomi. And of course, Ruby Didi showing up with a veteran experience, utilizing the Arlot like what Wolf was mentioning earlier. He has damage, he has setups. Why not use it?
How poetic would it be if Myanmar gets into the finals and plays against Team Philippines?
Oh my goodness.
Arcangel going up against
Okay.
Ruby Didi.
Prediction right there. Philippines and Myanmar.
That
in the
might
grand
actually
finals.
settle a very long-standing comparison.
Oh,
Yeah,
Again,
it's
I
been
mean,
a long time.
I mentioned M2 earlier. That affair started in that tournament, you know?
Yep, that's right.
And there has been no ending with that story. So it is a possibility that we see it come to fruition in SeaGames. But Myanmar has to, of course, come
Yeah,
out of
it's
their groups first.
It's just the first
Yeah.
set of matches, so yeah.
Gotta be Indonesia first, guys. Come on.
Conceal.
And now it's gonna be Myanmar. They are now pushing Singapore on the ropes. Although there is a play from Bray that's possible on top side.
Yeah.
I don't know what he can do with this.
Yeah, I
It
don't
looks
think
like
so.
he doesn't know either, so he's gonna back off.
Yeah, I gotta say, Myanmar realizes how weak this Joy is when put in a jungle
Yeah,
role. If you
it's-
don't give him the fight,
Exactly.
he's not gonna be able to, establish that momentum. And Myanmar has been playing objective since
So-
minute one.
Beautiful movements coming in for Justin. He's actually able to zone out.
Losey!
Losey! That was way too far back! Roy goes down without a fight! It is a 4v5!
Naomi!
Naomi, oh my goodness! Someone stop this guy! He's just going loco right now, but
Bray,
there's
Bray.
the backline play from Bray. It's a double from the Singaporean jungler.
2v3.
Do they want to push this? Well, they do have a minion in the bottom lane. A minion wave.
And
I
if they
mean,
can.
Can they actually? Beatrix?
Oh, 5 seconds at a Kufra.
Yeah, that's it. They're just gonna be farming it out.
Yeah.
Well, not coming out from Myanmar with the hook again coming out from Naomi. And I would ditto what Midnight have said. Jungle Joy is weak because he cannot have the one-shot potential. Unless, of course, you saw in that fight where the entirety of the backlines of Myanmar were low anyways. Like half HP on the Farsa. If it's just a normal jungling Joy without any kind of pokes from his teammates,
Yeah.
he will not be able to kill Justin. But because they're low anyways, that's not factor. However, they had to sacrifice a lot for that play. That is the main weakness of the jungle Joy.
Yeah, and seeing this draft from Singapore, and now that the items, I just feels like there's no tank, like there's no front line, there's no actual front line.
Deadly item coming from Justin. This is if now you're countered. The Joy definitely countered. With the Winter Truncheon play.
yeah.
Winter
You can
Truncheon,
just
bro.
you can stand the ground, enjoy the dance being laid out by Bray. Let's watch it for the entire
Yeah,
2 seconds.
Exactly.
And yeah, this is a big problem for Singapore. Aside from the fact that they lack damage, they lack front line. They severely lack front line. And attempt from Lotzi to engage against Ken with no follow-up damage.
It's very unlikely that there was
Flicker out.
result.
Oh, the taunt!
A beautiful energy eruption! Nowhere for Losey to go.
He held that, by the way. He
Oh.
held that.
Myanmar. All the players are. Okay. Superstar trigger.
Now-
Literally, Naomi, his signature Franco, right? You can see that even Ken, we know that he excels on those assassin junglers. But even with the Fredrin, knowing your windows
Yeah.
with the spells and landing it perfectly,
Alright.
really leading in this game.
Nice attempts from Bray once more to just try to get some info. Try and see if he can pick someone off. It's just not happening for
It's
SG so
hard.
far.
It's hard for Singapore, man. Like Myanmar, there's a reason why they have been able to, clinch the top spots, even amongst the, amongst top teams in international tournaments. Although we haven't seen much of them lately, this is still the same roster that proved
Yeah.
a lot of the fans wrong last MSC. As they were able to outperform different teams. And Singapore right now, they are the victims of this Myanmar spotlight, I would say.
Yeah, 100%. Now,
Hook. Scary hook!
Once more, it's Lolzy going down immediately. Bray on the back line.
Oh,
This
and the
time
bite.
around with the
And the
suppress
bite.
coming in from Naomi will be enough to stop Singapore in their tracks.
Ooh,
Baby
no.
Cakes and Diablo all alone. There it goes, not even. The Cali will be able to slow this down. Baby Cakes is still alive though. Flickers in. Naomi's actually a little bit has immortality. And that's going to be the cleanup. It's a wipeout. Myanmar takes the game.
That's business for Myanmar. Objective and clean, methodical approach as they win over Singapore 1-0 in their first match here in SeaGames.
not even breaking the sweat, right?
Yeah.
That's how you use an early game advantage.
That's